I'm JJ Barnes, and this is Jonathan McKinney,
Hello.
and you're watching another episode of Writing, Talking, and Dog Walking. So, today we're going to be talking to you about how to build suspense in your story. Because if you're writing, say, a scary book or a scary film or an exciter or a thriller, something like that, suspense is one of the key things you need to make your story appealing to your audience so that they are excited, so they're intrigued, so they want to stay with you and find out the end of your film or book. So, the best way and the easiest way to build suspense is to give your audience and your characters questions. Not like directly say, ask this question. No, you give them things in your story that intrigue them, questions about your story, your characters, what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you delay answering them. So through your story, your audience and your characters start to learn the truth. But you drip feed the answers. Enough that they know they're going to get answers.
Yeah, that's crucial.
Yeah, because if it's just loads of questions that are never answered, that's not suspense, that's annoying.
That's confusing, and also, yeah, you lose confidence that even the storyteller knows the answers.
Exactly. So you do have to answer, or at least most of them. I think it's okay to have a couple of questions go unanswered.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes some audiences, readers, will really enjoy that there is an ambiguous end. A lot of people won't, but that's fine. Some people do love it, which is why you get this. You get it at the end of Inception, arguably Joker.
Yeah, there's questions. But you have to make sure that at least the majority of the questions that you pose through your story are answered. But as I say, for suspension,
Or suspense.
Suspense.
Suspense, yeah. The
For
tires have got nothing to do with it.
You have to do it slowly. Don't you think?
If you're writing a thriller or a mystery story, then you've got probably one central question.
Whodunit.
Whodunit, or essentially it's who is responsible, what is the truth. And that's going to be the thing that occupies the mind of your protagonist, so much so that they change everything about the way they're behaving so that they can pursue the answer.
Because, as you say, with a lot of different genres, you'll have questions that your audience want the answer to, but they won't necessarily be the key purpose of the story.
Right.
But with mystery and thriller, where you want a lot of suspense, if you do drip feed answers, so if you have a series of questions which were, say, who killed the guy? Why did he kill the guy? What did he use to kill the guy? Where did he kill the guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who was he connected to? Who witnessed the guy be killed? You have loads of questions that surround your key questions. You say the whodunit or the whatever, but we'll use whodunit because it's the easiest one to imagine.
Sure.
So you have your series of questions, and then slowly through it, and I'll tell you what I can reference, which if you've seen it, you'll understand. And if you haven't, I apologise, but go and watch it because it's really worth it if you want to look at doing this. The slow drip feeding of answers. So series 3 of 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, right.
It fixates around the death of Bryce.
I haven't seen it.
So he gets killed. And slowly through the story, you know that he has been killed.
Right.
It's not a suicide, it's not accidental, it was murder. So that's how, then you find out what method of death it was. Like, how did he die? Then you find out that other people were on the scene. So you start getting these questions. Who knew? Who knew he was dead before they found the body? Who killed him? Why did they kill him? Who witnessed it? Who was suspicious? Who covered it up? Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So you start getting all these questions. So your audience is then hooked. And hooked because the suspense is then building. And you are left wondering. And then you know that some of the characters know the truth. Some of them know. Some of them don't. So slowly, and then you learn some things before the other characters because you start to witness things in the storytelling. So some of the characters you're behind, some you're ahead of. And the suspense is built all the way through until the very big reveal at the end, which is the final question of who done it. But you start to learn, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Slowly
totally.
through it, questions are answered, but not the key one, not the main one, which is who killed him.
Right, so you're rooted in the point of view of the characters who don't have the information.
Exactly.
Your reader, your viewer is connected to those characters, the underinformed, which draws that reader, that viewer to keep turning pages, to keep watching.
Exactly, because you want to find out the answers. But because all the way through you get little answers, You aren't left the whole way like, well, nobody knows what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Because there's a difference between, suspense and intrigue and confusion.
Right.
But by answering slowly, if you take your central question, which, as I said, will do whodunit, and then you surround that question by other questions that you can answer. You slowly answer them through the story, and you build up with those answers to the key answer at the end. And that is suspense.
Okay.
So thank you very much for watching our video on suspense. I'm a big fan of it. I love it. I love anything which is builds with the tension like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll quickly say that I don't really, I don't write whodunits. The murder mystery, the Cluedo, or Clue if you're in America.
I love reading them. I love watching them. Love them.
That's not to say that when I'm writing a book I don't have suspense. So,
oh yeah, you can do it with all sorts of things.
Yeah, so I have a series of books which are essentially sort of vigilante, dark superhero-y type stuff.
The Shieldmaid saga.
That's correct. And so that's always, I always play with what is going to happen, and there are clues, I suppose. But yeah, it's not whodunit. When you're not withholding a murderer or a killer, you can still apply these techniques to your work in the form of the question and the answer, and it can be as simple as what is going to happen, and it will always be rooted in the fact that what are the characters working for, and will they or won't they accomplish the
and
thing
it can have suspense even though it's not murder mystery suspense.
Because
it's still suspense.
You layer in facets, you layer in aspects to, like, further questions, smaller questions that as you go the reader just needs to know the answer to.
But as I say, you have to make sure you do answer them through the story.
Yeah, you can leave one or two at the
Yeah,
end, but
definitely.
you have to know. Yeah, this is actually an important thing to finish on, is that you have to convey that you do know the answer yourself. You don't want to miss a question, and then your reader's like, oh, is that? And you're like, no. You want to, if you do pose a question, you have to shine a light on it at the end if you're not answering it, and say, there'll be more. And that then makes your reader be like, I want the next one then.
Yeah, that's right. You can have suspense for the next book or the next film, as long as the majority of this film is
the central question must be answered.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, it's just infuriating.
Yeah, you get to the end of a film and it's like, to be continued, but it's like, no, I didn't sign up for a series.
Yeah.
I'm here for one film. If you have one thing that you want to find out about, then it's like, oh, there's going to be another film. Then you're excited because the main question has been satisfied of that film or that book.
Yeah.
But the end of your film should tie up almost everything.
I agree.
So thank you very much for watching our video on suspense, how to build suspense, why you build suspense, and the things to avoid doing when attempting to build suspense. If you could like this video and subscribe to our channel, we can keep growing and keep bringing you more writing advice, and we would really appreciate it, and we love getting the little notification to say you've done it, so thank you very much. You can come and talk to us on social media. I'll put links to all of it in the description below, but we're on Twitter. I'm Judy Ann Rose, he's John Muck. Drop a comment down below or contact us there and give us your questions, things you want us to talk about, things you're interested in, any questions you have you want us to answer, and we will try and do a video on everyone so far. We have a playlist on the channel that is answered questions so far, so you can see what we've been talking to other people about. Go and learn that. There's also loads of videos we've already done. If this is your first one of ours, go and check those out. There are more. Thank you very much for watching, and we will be back again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.